This video is about Lulu Suite by Alban Berg. I explain the most important facts about the work and the composer. Alban Berg was an important Austrian composer of the early 20th century. He was born in Vienna on February 9, 1885 and also died in Vienna on December 24, 1935. Berg was a student of Arnold Schoenberg and, together with Schoenberg and Anton Webern, belonged to the so-called Second Viennese School. This group of composers developed the 12-tone technique, a new compositional method based on the equal treatment of all 12 notes of the chromatic scale. Alban Berg's opera Lulu is based on the plays Irrgist and Die Buchster Pandora by Frank Wedekind. Berg began work on the opera in 1929, but was unable to complete it before his death in 1935. The plot of the opera revolves around the character of Lulu, a young woman who captivates men with her erotic charisma and her desire for freedom, but also leads them to ruin. Lulu lives through a series of relationships and marriages, all of which end tragically, until she finally slips into prostitution and is murdered by Jack the Ripper. The Lulu Suite is a compilation of orchestral pieces from the opera Lulu, which Berg put together for a concert performance in 1934. The suite consists of 5 movements that summarize musically and dramaturgically important moments of the opera. The first movement, Rondo, introduces the main theme of the opera, which is linked to the character of Lulu. The second movement, Ostinato, is a somber piece that foreshadows the tragic development of the plot. The third movement, Song of Lulu, is an aria by the main character in which she expresses her view of the world and men. The fourth movement, Variations, is a series of variations on a theme from the first movement. The fifth and final movement, Adagio, is a poignant piece that reflects the tragedy and hopelessness of Lulu's situation. The Lulu Suite is composed in Berg's typical 12-tone technique, which he adopted and further developed from his teacher Arnold Schoenberg. This technique is based on a series of 12 tones, which are arranged in a specific sequence and serve as the basis for the composition. However, Berg does not use this series dogmatically, but adapts it to his musical expressive needs. The music of the Lulu Suite is highly expressive and characterized by an intense emotionality. Berg uses a variety of timbres and instrumental combinations to illustrate the different moods and characters of the plot. The premiere of the Lulu Suite took place on November 30, 1934, in Berlin under the direction of Erich Kleiber. The work was well received by audiences and critics alike and definitively established Berg as one of the leading composers of his time. The Lulu Suite was performed by numerous orchestras around the world in the following years and has lost none of its fascination and expressiveness to this day. It is considered one of the most important orchestral works of the 20th century and a milestone in the development of modern music. The Lulu Suite occupies a central position in Alban Berg's oeuvre. It is not only a summary of the musical highlights of the opera Lulu, but also an independent work of great expressiveness and beauty. The suite demonstrates Berg's mastery of the 12-tone technique and his ability to create deeply emotional and moving music using modern compositional means. The Lulu Suite is a key work for understanding Berg's musical language and his artistic development. The Lulu Suite is not only a musical masterpiece, but also a reflection of the society and time in which it was written. The figure of Lulu embodies the type of femme fatale that was widespread in the art and literature of the early 20th century. Lulu is a projection screen for the fears and obsessions of a society characterized by upheaval and uncertainty. The music of the Lulu Suite reflects these tensions and conflicts, which have lost none of their topicality even today. Since its premiere, the Lulu Suite has influenced and inspired numerous composers and musicians. It is considered a milestone in the development of modern music and a model for the use of the 12-tone technique in the orchestral repertoire. The Lulu Suite has also left its mark on other art forms such as ballet and film. In 1980, choreographer John Neumeier created a ballet to the music of the suite, which tells the story of Lulu in a modern interpretation. The Lulu Suite has become an integral part of the modern concert repertoire and is constantly being reinterpreted by orchestras and conductors all over the world. The Lulu Suite is a work of timeless beauty and expressiveness. It tells a universal story of love, suffering, and fate that has lost none of its relevance to this day. In a world that is often characterized by superficiality and fast pace, the music of the Lulu Suite reminds us of the depth and complexity of human existence. It confronts us with the abysses of the human soul and makes us feel the tragedy of life. At the same time, however, it also reveals the beauty and richness of music, which can give us comfort and hope. The Lulu Suite is a masterpiece that invites us to confront the big questions of life and search for answers.